Yeah, the hits are a lot of fun.
Some of them hurt.
Yeah, it's full contact sports, so things happen. You know, you get smacked sometimes.
The team is the Seattle Slam.
1, 2, 3, slam!
And the game is wheelchair rugby.
Follow me. Let's go to work.
Using a standard basketball court with 4 players, male or female, on either side.
Wagner, I want you at 12.
The idea is to get across the end line carrying a volleyball. Hopefully, with most of your teeth.
We'll end up getting stress fractures on our rugby chairs, on the joints, just from the continual pounding.
It went pretty good. I got decked in the eye.
Sometimes you get hit and it's kind of like a gut punch.
I can feel it in my side sometimes. I don't have feeling, but some hits I've taken, I can feel them.
These athletes are quadriplegic, which might not mean what you think it means.
A quadriplegic is just somebody that's got impairment in all 4 limbs.
Players are classified according to the functional level of their limbs. 0.5 the lowest to 3.5 the highest. And you can't have more than 8 points on the court for a team at any time.
Now we're running 5.5 points against 8-point lineup, so that's not bad.
And the hits aren't just for fun. They're an important part of ball control and strategy.
Hands up on him. He's up.
This game is really about forcing the other team to make mistakes.
All right, so the way wheelchair rugby works is this. You've got your low point guys out here. They're kind of like the offensive linemen on a football field. Then you've got your high point guys rolling through here to try to cross the goal line. Players say it's a lot like chess. There's just a lot more contact.
Back up, back up.
The Seattle Slam is one of the top-ranked wheelchair rugby teams in the country. But this tournament ended with a tough loss to the Portland Pounders.
1, 2, 3, pound it!
Let's line up, let's go. Let's go.
For the Slam, it's time to go back to work on a sport that's a lot more than just a game.
Good job, man. I was a motocross racer. I was at an indoor track in Renton and got a bad buck off of a jump, landed on my head and broke my neck. So it was wild. It was like being a baby again, you know? I couldn't do anything for myself. I couldn't feed myself, couldn't dress myself. I was dependent on everybody. And ended up having to move home and just start everything over again.
Jeremy Hannaford coaches
I'm gonna go in there, turn around, dump that ball to me.
and plays for the Slam with equal intensity.
Protect the ball, turn that way, turn that way, turn that way, turn that way.
He says his teammates are his brothers and sisters who've helped him build a life.
You know, you first come here and you think it's just sports, you know, and then you get to talking to other guys that are in the same situation, and then you start talking about, you know, have you ever traveled somewhere? How do you brush your teeth, you know? How do you throw your socks on? You know, it's just the simple things that most people take for granted. I've done so much more since I got hurt than I ever did before I got hurt, you know? I've traveled all over the country, different countries, met some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life, so just there's so much more to it than just the sport.
It's a concept he wants people with and without disabilities to understand.
What we try to do here is, even if you can't play our sport, we'll invite you to come out and get a chair and practice with us and try it out, you know?
That's right. Come strap into a chair at the Southwest Community Center in West Seattle, like 12-year-old DEMIKO and his friends did. Past the heavy breathing, you won't be able to keep a smile off your face either. And you might just learn something too.
When you do it, it's like you feel what they feel.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of respect for them because they lost their legs and like they're still like active.
Whistle.
Some people don't think that they can play sports because they're disabled, but it don't matter.
Point made. says player Brian Moore.